candles held high.
One street over there's a life I could have known, one beyond my wildest dreams. Maybe that road could have carried me to streets of gold. Things aren't always as they seem. Looking back on all the chances that I missed, some I held, some slipped away. One street over where my memories exist, I wondered what would change, I really couldn't say. In this life there's nothing certain, except the curtain that rises to the stage. Silly games of second guessing, I just forget the lessons that I couldn't learn. Because one street over there's a life I could have known, that would have kept me from the one I had today. Except the curtain that rises to the stage. Silly games of second guessing, I just forget the lessons that I couldn't learn. Because one street over there's a life I could have known, that would have kept me from the one I had today. One street over there's a life I could have known, that would have kept me from the one I had today.
Oh, here we go. We're going to let them sing for just a minute, but just a minute. That's our Ridgetop Ramblers, and Jeff Story singing the lead on that, One Street Over. It's a real song. We actually picked that up at the Kilgore Station Bluegrass Festival, and I heard them sing it. I was like, if I ever do a radio show, can that be my theme song? And, well, there you go. Who knew that it would happen? How you doing, guys? This is 1100 WSGI. I'm U-Turn Laverne, and this is One Street Over. This is our opportunity to talk to you about everything that's going on just one street over from where you are, and I just love doing this. I love coming in here and talking to you, and I love meeting new friends. And this is our Business of the Week. This is our Business of the Week segment that we always do. And we have the folks from Crown Tent and Awning that are new. Y'all have just moved into the Robertson County area with your business, but your residents here, we got Amanda and Jonathan Wilhite. Got it right? Good morning, you guys. I was sitting here, I was trying to find something to write down names and make sure I got everything right, because I've been communicating with Amanda, and she's like, well, can I bring my husband? And so, so I feel like I've met you, but I hadn't met Jonathan yet. So, how you doing?
I'm doing great.
Speak right into that microphone for me. And so Crown Tent and Awning, it was really funny because yesterday I had Aaron Slate from the Green Ridge Chamber. And he actually told me, he said they were doing a thing with the Green Ridge Chamber where they were featuring businesses. And the one he mentioned was you guys. And I said, wow, that's interesting because I've got them coming on tomorrow. So it's just, isn't that fun?
That's
so,
great.
Well, very good. So how are you guys doing? Welcome.
Doing great this morning.
Well, very good. And so which one of you is the talkers?
I'm going to say both of us, but I'm going to let him do all the talking this morning.
Y'all just going back and forth.
Yeah, we'll just kind of go back and forth. But
Y'all
we both
funny.
kind of like to talk. So.
But so tell me, okay, how long has Crown Tent and Awning been a business? Let's start there.
They originally started in 1923.
Wow.
But we actually purchased the business a year and a half ago.
Oh, okay. So, that's very cool. So it's been around for a long time. You picked up a business. What made you decide a tent and awning business? That's fascinating.
Looking for something. I've been in manufacturing for 35 years.
Okay.
And so we just wanted to look at something for the future for us as a family.
Well, yeah.
And trying to build something for the future.
Well, and that's kind of funny that you say that because that's the reason I reached out to you guys is because that's the kind of thing we're doing. We're trying to come up with some way to repurpose our place and have a business as we move forward. And so we're looking at doing some venue things and we want to use tents and all. And I'm like, well, there's one right here now. We have Crown Tent and Awning here. And so that's what made me open the door and come and talk to you guys is the same desire to do that. So that's very cool. I like that we have that in common.
Thank you.
So how are you feeling about this? Whose idea was it? Who?
It was his.
Okay.
All
Okay.
his.
Okay.
It's different for me. I'm getting to learn the business side.
Talk
as
right
well.
in that microphone. You got to lean in a little bit. Yeah. So.
Okay. It's new for me, but I'm trying to learn the business as well.
Right.
I come from the accounting side, so
Okay.
I kind of pretty much keep up with the accounting, the bookkeeping. He's more of the business end of it.
Right.
And so it's been a learning experience for both of us.
And where did the business, is it completely officed here now?
It is.
Because
It is.
for somebody told me that there had one time been a couple of locations. Was there ever a couple of locations?
They were they had to move a couple of times. They were downtown
Okay.
at one location, and then they had to move over to Visco Drive,
Okay.
and then we moved it up here.
Okay. Well, very good. And so this is the sole location now, and you got a great location right there.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, and you want to give them the address and tell them exactly because it's right there it's kind of like it's near the vet.
Yes.
And it's in that long building. I'm trying to think exactly better landmarks, but anyway, go ahead. You tell them.
It's 3322 Highway 41 South, Springfield, Tennessee 37172, and we are located right next door to the Greenbrier Springfield Animal Hospital.
And it's really kind of funny because you're right there on that line where you go, are we in Springfield? Or are we in Greenbrier?
Yes,
It's like you're not really sure because
Yeah.
you're right there.
On that
But
line.
Springfield goes on down the road. But since you got the clinic right there, that does kind of say we're Springfield, we're Greenbrier, we're everything.
Right there.
That's right. So, but is this y'all's full-time gig now?
I still work for another company.
Okay.
And doing it, we come in and get everything going in the morning time, and Amanda handles the day-to-day operations.
Okay.
And then I help with scheduling and stuff like that.
Okay.
It's a pretty unique little business.
Well, very good. Very good. And so let's talk to people about, because when I called you guys, I said, okay, we're going to be an outdoor venue. We've got creekside woodland areas. We got just, this pretty property that we want people to be able to have weddings, but we need some kind of coverage. We don't have a structure that's down where we want to have weddings and stuff, so we need tents. And you basically said that you sent me pictures of the different types of tents. How would you describe what you have available in regards to, say, somebody like myself? Say if I want to have an event, if I want to have a wedding, if I want to have a party, what kind of stuff would you have that would be specific to that? And then we'll talk about, say, if you're going to set up booths at a fair or, kind of go the different things that you'd have. So from a venue perspective, how could you accommodate somebody here locally?
Well, we offer we offer the tents, of course.
Okay.
We also offer tables, chairs.
Okay.
Fans, lighting.
Wow.
So we offer a little bit of variety of everything. Now, it's not high-end stuff. This is more like a commercial.
Gotcha.
So when we offer our tables, of course, they're rental tables, so we have to do the covers and stuff of that nature.
Well, and honestly, and she said the same thing to me, that it was more of a commercial, not high-end stuff. But honestly, when I look at it, it's just as what I have seen from other rental companies. So I really think that you guys are, from what I have seen as I look at other things, it's really exactly what I need for that type of stuff. And I didn't know you had fans. That may come in handy.
Yeah.
What kind of fans do you have that you rent?
They just hook up onto the poles. We have several blowers. The fans hooked on the poles to circulate the air.
Just to keep the air going. Good
Just
deal.
keep a circulation.
Yeah, because boy, it can get,
Yes.
you just never know in the summertime. You plan those summer weddings, but and two, when you plan an outdoor event, if you don't have some kind of a coverage, you're just crazy because the pop-up storms, you just never know what's going to happen. You have to have something where people can keep from getting drenched or at least get in the shade.
That's correct.
And the Kilgore Ocean Bluegrass Festival, we have to have a couple of tents and things like that because it's just that sun just beating down on you, different things. things. So, but now do you have any kind of heaters and things that you can get, or just the fans right now?
We have heaters.
Okay.
They're propane heaters.
Okay.
So you just got to have electricity for them.
Okay. So if you run you
You have to have a generator for
sure,
that.
sure. Well, and yeah, that's the thing. And, most people can usually, accommodate that. And I'm just thinking in terms of what we have and what we have available and how things will work for us. Because, see, we're there on our properties. We have electricity, so it's no problem. Now, if you go out into a park that doesn't, then you're going to have your generator, and then that's the noise and things like that. So,
Right.
Okay. So you've got the tents, you've got the tables, you got the chairs. How many different, you've got just all kinds of sizes of tents, right?
We do.
What would you say?
They range from a size 10 by 10 up to a 60 by 240 to a 280.
Okay.
They can range up to very large sizes.
And we were talking about where you affix those, because really when it comes to a place like I have, which is ground, it's like flat, just dirt, grass ground, that's easier to put up a tent really than a pavement, is it not? Isn't that what you told me?
It is.
Yeah.
Those type of tents are called pole tents, and they can just stake those into the ground.
Okay.
If you put one on a concrete, sometimes they have to require weights or water barrels or things like that, and they're harder to stake into the asphalt.
Oh, sure.
So the grass areas are a lot easier for the crew to install.
I would imagine. And that makes sense because, you don't want your tent, getting in the air. And so you have to have some way to weight it down or tie it down. But it's so cool. I love this. And if you have any questions for guys, if you want to put up any questions that you might have here on Facebook, you're welcome to do that. But I love the idea that this is something that you're like, okay, we can do this. This is something we want to do. And looking for a business, to make your own. I think a lot of us are trying to kind of redefine ourselves, as we move through life. Now, you guys are from Robertson County, or you've been in Robertson County how long?
About 25 years.
About 25 years. So are you local? Because I've been here since 92, and I am not local. But, I am now. But, I'm from Kentucky. My husband's from Michigan. He's like practically a foreigner. He's from like south of Lake Superior. It's like way up there.
Well, I've lived all over Nashville.
Okay.
But I moved to Greenbrier about 25 years ago.
Okay.
Just for my kids, the schooling
Sure.
and so forth.
Yeah, very good. Now, where are you from?
From Cheatham County.
Okay.
Ashland City.
Oh, look at
City.
we get those rival counties here. It's like Cheatham County. That's very good. Very good. You kind of got that Ashland City look. I'm just saying. You know what I mean? There's just kind of that southern refined Ashland City look. I'm just saying. You really do. You have that Southern Belle kind of thing going on. And see, he's rolling his eyes. Jonathan's rolling his eyes. I love it. But very good. But we're talking to Amanda and Jonathan Wilhite from Crown Tent and Awning, and this is a business that we've heard of forever. And when I'm going to talk about my advertisers here in a minute, and the same thing happened with the Reiselmans, is they saw a business, they're like, that's a good tried and true business, so we're gonna pick that up and make that our own. And so, how long did you look for something before you found Crown Tent and Awning to purchase?
I've tried other businesses that I kind of wanted to get into.
Right.
And we kind of, since my manufacturing background and fabrication, we kind of walked up on us at the last minute.
Gotcha.
And we made a decision. And with me being at my other company for 35 years, it just made me start thinking.
Yeah. And it's like, this looks like a good thing. Because, it's kind of bizarre because you think, why tent and awning? Just why tent and awning? Because if you're in a manufacturing background, had you ever worked with a tent and awning company, or was it just?
I would do a lot of vinyl work, signage, and stuff like that. So in our industry now, we do the signs, the graphics.
Right, okay.
And we have capabilities of making some signs.
Okay.
And we also do the awnings, which is metal, aluminum that's fabricated, and then we cover it with the material.
Okay, well, see, that's... Go ahead.
And that's where the graphics come in on the awnings, is every awning, if you decide to put your business name on there, they are hand-painted on those fabrics, and I do that.
Oh, cool.
And so... and they're really neat when they get done. They're really pretty.
So you're the artsy part of it, huh?
Somewhat.
Well, that's cool that you found a way to use that talent. I think that's awesome, and and that's I've been so kind of centrally in my thought thinking about the tents, because that's something that I was inquiring about. But as we were sitting here talking, I thought, well, I got to ask them about the awnings. So I'm glad you opened that up. Yes. So, these are what different sizes? What is the biggest awning you've done? What's the smallest one you've done? Let's go there. What kind of a span do you have here?
You can do the ones right above your door, the domes. Right. You have what we call 3-pointers, 4-pointers. Mm-hmm. We've actually done some 40, 50 foot long.
Oh, wow.
54, 68 feet long. A lot of them are the commercial type awnings, like the business and residentials. You'll go to like the shopping malls, the ones that are over the windows and things like that. We've done churches. We've done some of the funeral homes, restaurants. A lot of the residential homes and things like that. So it's not just residential; it's also business and commercial.
Okay,
that we do.
Yeah, because I know at our church we have awnings. Oh, and because you don't even really think about it, because you have those areas where you pull through, but then you have the other doors that are exposed, and if you step out, you just get rained on. So you need that little pause there at the door. And so, very cool.
Yes, and before we came into the business, it was funny, is you never really thought about those. No. But now, everywhere we go, we stop and we look up and say, oh, that's our awning.
Isn't that fun?
I made that.
Isn't that fun?
It is fun.
You didn't happen to do the ones at the Madison Church of Christ, did you? You didn't do those? Because we had those installed not long ago, and I thought, wouldn't that be fun? But oh well, I thought I'd try because they're not that far up. But but that's one thing too. There's probably more competition for what you do up in Nashville. Here in this area, are you the only game going with tent and awning? I don't know of any. You've got a pretty much a nice little spot here, I think. Well, and I don't want you to speak to the other people. We're not advertising them right now, but it's not as saturated up here.
And that's what we thought about when we moved from Nashville. We thought, let's go. We were up here from Greenbrier ourselves, and we thought, what if we move up this way? Right. To expand the business up this and get some of the northern counties, because like you said, you don't hear of many tent and awning companies up north.
No.
So that was our goal, is to move up and see if we can get the surrounding counties to start reaching out. And believe it or not, since we have moved up here, we have gotten several White House, Springfield, Franklin, Kentucky, and in Portland. And so it's a good thing we've moved up north, because I am starting to see the surrounding northern counties reach out.
Well, and Robertson County is one that we really like to do business with the folks that we're living next to. And so people will seek you out, because that's a lot of people, myself included, when we're looking for something, we look in our neighborhood first. And we try to, and that's something that Jordan Osborne's been just pounding into me with the Robertson County Chamber, is gotta shop local, because those tax dollars, and I've been doing this show for the last 2 years has made me so much more aware of how important it is to shop where you live, because of the schools and the tax dollars, and it's so important. We have Dr. Chris Cosley in here all the time, and so you're going to have people that are going to say, "Hey, we need to talk to these folks." So I love that people are starting to discover, and you're right there on the drag. You're right there on 41. So I make that trip twice a day, just pretty much without fail. And so a lot of people do. That's a lot of commuter traffic going, well, I didn't know. How many times you get those phone calls and say, I didn't know you were here. Did you get that?
I do.
And they just spotted you?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. We've had several walk-ins, and then people just walk in just to see, what type of the business has come to the neighborhood. And then a lot of them are excited for us, and we're excited to be here. And
so do you think the biggest part of your business is more the rental, or are you doing more of the construction tent and awning part of it?
Summertime is more the tents.
Okay.
But majority of our business is the awnings.
Yeah, that would make sense.
It's seasonal. Like, we do a lot of the firework tents.
Oh, yeah.
We have, the summer is our peak for the tents. Of course, you've got, like you said, some of the smaller weddings, company picnics. We've got all the fireworks, church revivals, different events like that people are outside doing, graduations and things like that. And then, of course, in the fall, it's our peak that falls down, and then people are starting to reach out to have their awnings recovered for the fresh spring look.
Right.
So it's kind of, it balances out year round for us.
Okay, so people will get these awnings and then they'll have them redone, or is it something where you can take one cover off and put something else on, or do you have to completely redo it?
It depends on your framing. The warranty on the Sunbrella material, which was the type of material we use for our awnings, it's a 12-year, but over the years, sometimes the weather and things like that, they'll fade out or they'll wear out due to the weather. And a lot of people call in. We've got people calling in from like 2005, 2010. Oh, we're ready for our recovers. And we're like, wow, that lasted that long.
Yeah.
And if their framework is good, we just come out. They pick out a new color. We come out, take it down, recover it, and reinstall it for them.
Oh, how cool. Very cool. I love it. And, I'm just so curious about the awnings. Like, what is the I guess the longest you can have? Because if you step out and say you've got an upstairs porch, I'll just say somebody might have an upstairs porch that is completely exposed to the sun, and if I wanted to put an awning up there, how big could it be as far as out from the door? Is there like a limit?
About 4 foot.
About 4 foot out. Because as you start thinking, and I guess you can go further out the wider you go. Yeah. It's just a balance. It's,
Unless that's a patio covering, we also do those as well. We can we can extend it out to cover your whole patio.
And then just put post in
on the railings.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Also, or decks.
Okay.
We can cover your deck.
Because that's what we have, is we have an upstairs deck. And I have often thought, wonder what I could do up there, because the sun is just fierce we have covered porches except for that one deck. And it just gets so hot up there. And, you put an umbrella up there and it flies off because you forget to take it down. Right. You know the scenario. You know how it goes. Yeah. You know how it goes. And so I've often wondered if an awning would work, but then the patio cover certainly would work. Yes. But I love the looks of awnings, though.
Right. And you give you a variety of colors also, so you're not really limited on what you have to use.
Right. Very good. Now, you do fabric, not metal. Do you do any metal?
Very little.
Very little, but...
we have done some metal awnings.
Okay.
But our specialty is the fabric.
Sure. Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. And I tell you what, I got to stop and take a break. And it's we're talking to my friends Amanda and Jonathan Wilhite from Crown Tent and Awning. They are here in Robeson County now. They've been here living amongst us, but now their business is here as well. And just so cool to have a new business that's here and just making us better. And I love that. And so if you've got anything you need with Crown Tent and Awning, you need to check them out. But we need to talk about, and I mentioned the Reiselmans, because just like the Wilhites, they were looking for a business to purchase. And when the Reiselmans were looking across the country for a dealership to purchase, they found our GMC Buick dealership up here in Springfield. And so they picked that dealership to buy. I love it because they picked us. That's what I like to tell people. When it comes to the Reiselmans, they were looking across the country for a place where they could build their business. They saw the business that was available there with the Buick GMC dealership, and they're like, that's where we want to go. So they picked us, and I just think that's even a cooler way to look at their dealership. And they've got everything that you want. Everybody knows that I'm a big Yukon fan. I've been driving Yukons for about 10 years now. I put 400,000 miles on one. The one I got now has got about 180. I love them. They run like they're workhorses. I love them. And I can't recommend those enough. And I love the GMC products. I love the Buick products. Buick products are so beautiful. They've got so many cool things out there. A lot of the SUV, of course, is the smaller SUV. That's the way everybody's going with the newer vehicles, the trucks. Have you seen, I can't say enough about the cool Sierra 6-function multi-pro tailgate that they call it the Swiss Army knife of tailgates. People are trading for that truck just for the tailgate. And Todd will tell you, if you've got something that you're specifically looking for new, he said, why don't you just come in and order it? Because of the pandemic, the plants are working a little bit different. And he said, you can, rather than having to hunt everywhere for what you want, just come in, order what you want. And then when it gets here, it's yours. And it's that simple. Now, if you're a pre-owned person like I am, they have got the selection for pre-owned. They have got great trade-ins coming in all the time. A lot of low-mile trade-ins, sometimes with factory warranty still on them. A lot of one-owner trade-ins. They have certified pre-owned, which means that they've been through their 6-point inspection, I think, or a multi-point inspection. A multi-point inspection to make sure they're exactly what you need. And again, these things are loaded up. They get great deals in all the time on their pre-owned lot. The new lot jam-packed as well. One of the largest GMC Buick inventories in Tennessee, and they're open to serve you Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. until 7:30 p.m. Saturday, they're open from 8 a.m. until 6 p.m., and they have service hours every day, including Saturday. The service department is open until noon. Get by there. If you want to, start the finance process ahead of time before you go in, you can always get online at ReiselmanBuickGMC.com and fill out the application there. They got great leasing and financing options. They're just the one-stop, everything you need dealership. Reiselman Buick GMC. Call them at 615-384-3559. They're at 2516 Memorial. You know where they are. And tell them you turned sent you and thank them for sponsoring our little thing we call One Street Over. Our business of the week is Crown Tent and Awning, and my friends Amanda and Jonathan Wilhite are here, and they are Greenbrier residents seeking to get a business like the Rosmans. They're like, what can we do? And they found the tent and awning business, and they've been. And you said you've been at it how long now? Tell me how long you've been doing this?
A year and a half.
A year and a half you picked it up.
Right.
So do you think you got it down now? You're driving?
I got a good team behind me.
There you go.
We feel great.
That's wonderful. Did you have some people that were already with the tent and awning company that stayed with the company?
We got a lady that's been with the company for 35 years.
Oh, how
and
lovely.
We lean on her for all her expertise and
See, and I love that. I love that. I love that. It's like new owners, but hey, we know who's tried and true, and we know who's been there. I love that.
I believe a good company is based on its employees.
You bet. Absolutely. Now, I've got my friend Paul Rainey on here saying, do you do pool covers?
We have not done the pool covers that I know of.
Yeah.
That since we've taken on to the business, it may have been something that the old original Crown Company did at one time.
Okay.
But I would be more than glad to go in this morning and ask Miss Brenda, the one that he was talking about, the lady that's been with us for over 35 years, if that is something that they have done in the past.
Okay.
And we'll look right into that and see if that is something that we can do.
Well, message me about that, because this is a good friend of mine, and so I can let him know. But that's something I hadn't even thought about. But there's a lot of things we need to cover up and keep safe. And but the specialty is the awnings and the tent rental and party rentals and things like that. And we need them up here in Robertson County because I intend to give you some business. I think we're going to be, a place that we'll get to know each other. I've sent you some pictures of my place,
and it's beautiful.
And that's kind of the way to start, isn't it? If call and say, okay, here's what I'm looking at doing, whether it be that you want an awning or if you got a rental, and now we can do technology to share pictures and all of that, and you can say, yes, we can do that, or maybe we need to come look. If I want to, is that something you need to come out and kind of evaluate the property before I rent a tent, or?
It just depends on what type of tent that you need.
Okay.
But most of the time, a lot of people, then when they do call in, they tell us where the location is going to be. They pretty much know what size of tent they need.
Okay.
So that will pretty much determine on what you need. Most of the time, we don't have to come out and look at that area, as long as they just tell us where they need it, where they would like for us to have it set up. And of course, we'll ask questions, regarding, if there's any kind of like power lines, sewer lines, anything that would, damage the property or anything while we're installing. But other than that, most of the time we don't have to come out unless you're doing a special setup and they would like for us to come out and say, what do you think would fit here, here, here? We're able to come out and provide that information. Very good. And so as far as how far in advance do you recommend people make their rental reservations? Oh, is there a rule on that? That's kind of hard to say, because you may have someone that has plans for something for a couple of months from now, and they'll go ahead and pre-book. But then again, like you said, if it rains or an event comes up, we may get that phone call today, say we need a tent tomorrow, and and so we're going to be right there. And if we've got the time to put one up, and we've got it on the schedule, we'll get you put up or set up for that next day. But usually it's day by day or a phone call. But a lot of people do like to do their reservations, but we also allow those last minute phone calls as well. Very good. And now, as far as the awning side of it, about what kind of a turnaround do you have? If I call you and say, I want this 4-foot by 6-foot awning put up on the front of my house, and I want it to be dark green, how long would it take you to do it?
Normally about 6 to 8 weeks. But this past year, we run into some COVID-related issues whether getting materials or staffing and so forth. So it's sometimes it gets out there, depending on the size of the awning.
Gotcha.
10 weeks, sometimes 12.
Okay.
But most of the time we can do it in 6 to 8.
6 to 8.
Yeah.
Well, and people are rather accustomed to that right now because things have been so, weird with the pandemic and just things are behind manufacturing, just getting materials more than anything, getting materials.
Yeah, that's what we've struggled with because normally our timeline is between that 4 to 6 weeks and then our heavy time is between the 6 and 8. But like Jonathan said, this year with the COVID, it has affected our material shipments. And so once it affects that, it's putting us back an extra 2 or 3 weeks waiting on these freight lines to bring in our materials.
Sure.
So it just really depends on, when we're able to get that material in and
very good. So what have we missed? Anything, you guys? What did we need to cover? Because we're right at the wrap-up point here. But I always like to say, what have we not talked about that you need to talk about?
Well, we've talked about the tents, the tables, the chair rentals, the awnings, things like that. And
I think we got everything covered.
Got everything, and we greatly appreciate you.
Absolutely. Oh, absolutely. And we'll be in touch because we're going to have some things coming up. I just don't know how soon. We're just do it a day at a time. It's like, God, what have you got for us to do today? And so tell them again all the particulars about when you're open, how they can contact you, Facebook. Give them all the particulars on how they can contact you, and be sure and talk right into the mic because when you look off, I lose you for just a little.
Okay. So you tell them to quit looking at me.
Yeah. Y'all so cute. How long have y'all been married?
We have been married.
Too long.
Y'all are cute. Y'all are cute.
We've been together about 25 years, but we'll be married 20 this April, I believe.
That's great.
We have to think because we've been together so long you don't know.
I love those relationships, and you can tell. My husband and I have been married 32, and so when you see those people that have been together for a long time, it's just fun to watch. So y'all are a great couple, and that's just another reason to go in and do business with them. Is because they're fun, nice, sweet couple. So tell them exactly how they can get in touch with you.
All righty. Again, we're located at 3322 Highway 41 South, Springfield, Tennessee. You can reach us at area code 615-256-0485. You can call in and ask for Amanda or Angie for your tent rental needs, or call in and ask for Miss Brenda. She's our awning associate. She'll be able to provide any information for you for the awnings. You can also find us on Facebook under Crown Tent and Awnings Incorporated. Okay. And we are also listed on the Google page, and our website is listed on that as well. I don't know that off the top of my head right now.
Well, and like you said, Google's amazing. When I was looking for tent and awning, whenever we first started this process, I was stunned to find one in Robertson County. I was like, well, that's like right here. So I was kind of shocked. I thought that's got to be wrong, but it's right. Right. And so very good.
Yeah, we are excited to be here, and thank you all.
Absolutely.
We look forward to serving and helping everyone here in Robertson County.
Welcome to. You've always. It's kind of silly to say welcome to Robertson County because you're one of us, but welcome Crown Tent and Awning to Robertson County, and that's wonderful. So we're excited to have you guys here and do business with them, y'all. And if you ever need anything, if you have something special coming up that you want to cover, just give me a call and we'll get you back in.
Absolutely.
Thank you very much.
You're very welcome. So nice to meet you guys. And I'm going to let y'all make the switch. And so we can let Ace and Brian slip in here while y'all slip out. But Crown Tent and Awning up here on 41 right next to the vet hospital. Thank you guys so much. Amanda and Jonathan Wilhite. So glad to meet them. And I'm going to be doing business with them. I hope you will as well. We'll let Ace come on and slide on in here while I talk about my friends Barry and Rebecca Richards with the Exit Realty Garden Gate team. I am excited to, I'm going to talk, I've talked a lot about the video that they've done for the Open Door Pregnancy and Resource Center. That dinner's coming up this Monday night, and I'm so excited about that. And I know there's going to be just a limited number of people who are going to be able to go because, it's because we're, social distancing and everything like that. But that's when they'll release that video, that walkthrough tour of the center. And if you have not seen what's happening there, it is so cool. And it's so exciting that you can, with the technology we can have that walkthrough tour. Well, he's done that for the center, but he does that for your home as well. If you've got a property that you want to sell, you can have people walk through it without having to walk through it with this 360-degree virtual reality home tour that Barry does. And Rebecca, she's been at the realty game much longer than he's been part of the full-time team, but he was always in marketing and always helping her. But she is one of the first in the area to be a seniors real estate specialist. It's means she's been specifically trained to make sure that if you've got a loved one in their golden years, they're gonna get all their T's crossed, every I dotted, to make sure nothing's been forgotten when it comes to buying or selling property, because there's some extra little things they got to take care of. I was talking to a woman the other day about trying to get her to sell some property, and she was talking about the taxes on it, and it's made her not want to sell it because of the cost of selling it. And it's just all of those kind of murky things that I can't even begin to speak to. She's been specifically trained to help you with that. Barry will get you, he's the marketer. Again, he came out of a marketing background. He's going to get the most eyes on your property as a Zillow certified photographer, licensed and insured drone pilot. He'll get you up on realtor.com, do those walkthrough tours. And they are specializing in Robertson County, but they can also buy and sell in the surrounding counties and across the state line in Kentucky. But if you want to connect with them, you can go to sellwithbecky.com, sellwithbecky.com, and you can see their listings. They specialize in Robertson County at BUI.RobertsonCounty.com, but contact them today and just thank them too for being a part of what we have going on here at One Street Over. Again, that's sellwithbecky.com or by BUI.RobertsonCounty.com for Barry and Rebecca Richards with the Exit Realty Garden Gate team. Ace Timbermeyer is in the house. How are you doing? Oh, and let me make sure I got your microphone turned up. Good to see you, sister.
Good to see you, too.
What do you think about the digs here?
I'm loving it. It's moved around. It looks fantastic.
Well, and they've cleared things out. I mean, there's like a whole ton of stuff. They're refitting everything here. And they just had their birthday yesterday. Oh. Their birthday is, unfortunately, the same day as a tornado. Oh. And unfortunately, so we'll never forget it. Yeah. But the first day I was in here was when we were getting details about the tornado. Yeah. And it was... Ooh, it was one of those mornings. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And so that was the first day that I came into these studios, and they went on WWL. But what they've done in the last year is so cool. And this is just a cool thing. Y'all need to do a United Way show. Of course, y'all do every week with me, but anyway. Yeah. So, but y'all could, I don't know. There's just so many things. I keep going back to, I want Open Door Pregnancy to do a show with Sean, and I think she would be fabulous doing something. But this is just such a cool thing for people who want to help in messaging. It's right here. You can come in, you can get your sponsors together, get the airtime, and you have it worldwide now, not just audio but video. And I could go on. You got to talk. I'm sorry. I just was bragging on our looks here and how it's all cleaned out and the new stuff. It's looking good, but they're far from done. So how are y'all doing?
That's hilarious.
Well, sun shines out. Beautiful. I know, and I don't have your mic up there.
Right. Sun shines out. It's a beautiful day.
I know. I'm so excited.
Puts a pep in your step.
I was in the Great White North, up in the North Country. I'm so glad to be back here, and it's sunshine, and it's lovely, and it's wonderful. So what are we going to talk about today, y'all? I know he's got something special to talk about.
He does have something special to talk about.
But and I'm sitting here trying to remember.
Special. Yeah, well, it is special. It's a big deal.
It's so funny. Yeah. But so who do you want to start with? You because you've got a couple of different things. We'll let you start.
She's got an iPad today, so she's serious.
There's a reason why I brought the iPad. So this is something that I wanted to make sure we can start actually with the iPad.
Okay, let's do it.
That I think is a fun thing. So you guys have heard us talk about the free tax prep program that we have available. So this is actually one of the tools that we have invested in this year with the grant. Is it's a tool to help us with intake. So I've had a lot of clients that have called for the free tax prep program. They're like, but I'm not comfortable, or I don't have a smartphone, or I don't understand. I don't want to do something wrong. Right. Know that I am here to help you.
Very good.
I've got this iPad here. It's already equipped. I can do both Spanish and English and help walk you through, help you do whatever you need to be.
That is awesome.
Whatever help you need walking through that system, and any reassurance you may need with regards to the process. I know we've had a lot of people say, I'm just not sure about using a virtual tax prep program. What I can tell you is that the site is very secure. While we are uploading those documents, that's the same thing you would have to do any other time. You have to. They have to validate who you are. One of the most important pieces with the free tax prep program is, and something that I wanted to make sure I brought up once more, make sure that you have a photo ID and a social security card. That is something that we do have to take a photo of that and upload it with that. But I've had a lot of clients who have never had to file taxes before. in their life. They've not been in a situation where they've had to, and that's not unusual, not uncommon, but they're having to file their taxes now for 2020 in order to get their second stimulus payment, and potentially the third. But so what we're looking at is helping individuals who don't even have any income, but that's still a program that's available to you. So now that you can use the site, it takes... I generally allow 30 minutes for someone to come in and we walk through the steps. It shouldn't take the full 30 minutes, but that gives us opportunity to talk through things just to ensure that we're doing it accurately. Once we do that intake process, it goes through a process. There's actually 3 sets of eyes that are going to lay on your information that's been put in to ensure that it's accurate, to ensure that we're not missing anything. And then there's also a follow-up process with the IRS certified tax preparer who's going to contact that taxpayer, so the person that's filing, making sure that, again, the filing status is correct, that there's nothing that's missing. We don't want your taxes to get rejected any more than you want your taxes to get rejected. We want you to get your refund. We want you to get everything that you need. So anyways, this is a great tool that we have in the office. If you would like to make an appointment to come by, or if you have a client or someone that you know that needs that service, definitely don't hesitate to reach out to me, 615-780-2511. Again, 615-780-2511. And we can make sure that we can get you into the office and walk you through that process.
Right. They're calling you right now.
They're like, my husband's called me 3 times, and now I'm like, oh, sorry.
But
I'll take a break. Why don't you
go ahead and check with him? And so go, Brian. You've got some cool stuff coming up too.
Yeah, we do. And the one thing that we want to jump in, and I'll go ahead and start with my special thing, but I just had a thought. I talk to a lot of companies, and all different facets, manufacturing and business and banking, you name it, and we deal with it. And I was just thinking about all of the people that have what they've been through the last year and the work that they're doing, and not just, I'm not talking about our partners, I'm talking about on the business side, to keep us moving, to keep our community going.
Right.
And so what we wanted to do is just kind of highlight maybe a hero of the week for the United Way, and just somebody that is, doing something really cool in the community. It might not be an individual, it might be a group of people, but just to highlight it. And it's not necessarily one of the companies we work with, but just people we see. I also want to encourage your listeners in the comment section, if you've got somebody and you say, hey, this person is doing some amazing stuff, throw them in there, and we'll talk about them. But I just think there's so many people that have sacrificed a lot during this past year, especially. You see them every day. I was driving in this morning. I see the delivery guy delivering the food to 49 Market up there so we can get our biscuits in the morning. And, the power line guys working on that
all
during
those
these
guys,
storms. And,
I've
got family members that done that, and they've never taken a break during any of this.
You bet.
And we were all warm during the snowstorm a couple weeks ago. And so we just wanted to take a little time and give some love to some people in the community that may not get a lot of recognition. They're just one street over. I
love it. You did that. Oh, my goodness.
Okay.
Good job.
Yeah. So we're going to start next week. If you've got it,
we need shirts.
Yeah, we do. We do. That you would like to recognize, let us know. Otherwise, I've got a running list of people. Some of them are people, just because I deal with a lot of corporate people, and I hear their stories, and I hear them from the HR folks, and just some of what they've been through this year and what their employees have been through. So we just want to give them a little love. That's it. A little positivity.
I love it.
So next week will be our first one.
Going to have our first one. Yay! I love that.
This
is going to be so much fun.
Ace told me to tease this week.
We're all about the teaser on radio.
That's right.
Absolutely.
That's right.
So very, very good.
Tune in next week to find the first one.
For the first hero of the week. I love that.
Killing me.
I love that. I love that. And I love how United Way cares about what's going on one street over from where you are. It's a T-shirt.
So
it's a T-shirt. It's a T-shirt.
It's
a T-shirt.
Print them up.
Well, we're going to have to ask Ridge Top Ramblers about that since that's their song. It's like, can we put your song on a T-shirt? I bet they'd say okay.
But if we put, Ridgetop Ramblers in italics underneath it.
Yes, I'm just saying. I think they'd be cool with it. But we'll have to talk. About that. Very good. Very good job. Very good. All right. So now, what have we got next? Are you good?
My husband's fine.
Is the house on fire?
No.
Okay. I'm sure.
Everybody's going, what's wrong? 3 phone calls. Because we all know if we get 3 phone calls from our spouse,
never
that's
good.
An emergency.
It's never good.
No, he is. I shouldn't even say this on there, but he's out of town. He's out of town, and he is in a different time zone. I didn't realize that it was.
It's like, she's on the radio.
Yeah.
My husband.
Okay.
Yeah, he's fine.
Well, and sometimes I'll get those urgent calls from my husband, but then it'll be followed by a text. NBD, which means no big deal, but I need to talk to you.
Yeah,
so I'll get that text, no big deal, but NBD.
Where's the creamer?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my God.
Sometimes that can be a big deal, though.
That's right. I want coffee. Where's the creamer?
I mean, I think that could be an emergency.
The worst is the call followed with the text that says, call me.
Oh, yeah.
You know it's...
Yeah.
But you still need to tag it NBD, but call me. Because that's why I tell my husband always NBD, because I have 4 children that just, especially when the one was in Afghanistan. Oh, my word. That's when we started that. It's because we were so afraid when we get a message.
Right.
And so that's when we started that. Is like the NBD is clarified. NBD, but call me, because anytime, anything that call when he was deployed, you're like this. Yeah. So anyway, I digress.
No, it's
good. So this may be your time to take a break, and then we can just tag back on. It's up to
yes,
you.
we can. Yes, we can. We got one more ad to do here, and we will talk about my friends Corbin Creek Greenhouse Gifts Nursery and Gardening Center. Okay, so it's when I start talking about Corbin Creek, I'm like, do I talk about CBD? Do I talk about gardening? You just always have to kind of parse it with saying they are your Robertson County CBD source. Bill grows the plants. It's processed at a lab up in the Joelton area. That is Robertson County oil that is grown here. They sell it here, and I'm telling you, it's again locally processed. It is the pure stuff. If you're going to dabble with this stuff, if you're going to look into CBD, and if you're like me and you thought, man, this is like snake oil, well, you want to make sure that you're getting the best of the best, and that you're getting something that is what they say it is. And that's what I love about being able to buy Robertson County CBD and talking to somebody like Amy that knows all about it. I'm a testimony. I've been using it for about a year, and it makes a big difference. I forgot it a couple of days while I was out of town, and I felt it very quickly. I was talking to my friend Muriel Barnett last night. She's been using it. It has been helping her tremendously. And if you'll use it and give it a shot, it may really be a game changer for you if you have inflammation issues. My friend Mary Rainey uses the ointment on her hands because she's a quilter and she's got arthritis in her hands. My mom uses the ointment that Miss Jane and Amy make. And I got off on the CBD, not really intending to say a whole lot about it, just that try it, go out and talk to them. It's been a game changer for me. But right now, as the temperatures are warming up, Amy is just like, let's get outside. She is so ready. She is a warm weather person, and she is just bubbling over at the sun shining high in the sky, and the greenhouses are bursting with life, and we are ready to get back to spring and summer. It's time to plant some of the cold weather plants. Now, you need to go and talk to her, but I'm thinking like the lettuces, sugar snap peas, things such as that. There are things that you need to be getting in the ground now, and she can talk to you about that. She can talk to you about the bedding plants that she has growing, getting ready for you, those beautiful tomato plants that will be ready. You don't really want to set them out until about the 15th of April, and then you got to be ready to cover them because they could freeze. These are all little things that I know. She's the expert. Go and talk to her and get your garden ready, because now is the time. They are open Monday through Saturday, 9 to 5, Sunday from 1 to 4 right now, but those hours will extend as things continue to warm up. You can come out there anytime. There's a number posted. You can call her. She says, if I'm up the hill, wherever I am, I'll come running, whether it is that you need CBD stuff or if you just need to go in the greenhouse and just look at life for a minute and get ready to, start bringing some of that maybe into the house before you can put it outside, but you just want to smell it. Well, some people come by and do just that. Again, they're at 4920 Highway 161. You can call them at 615-384-3185. And again, Monday through Saturday, 9 to 5, Sunday from 1 to 4. Just go by and call them. Tell them you turned Cincha and thank them for doing all that they do and being a part of our little thing one street over. Okay, so commercials are out of the way. You got 13 minutes.
Well, so wanted to bring, and I couldn't remember if I had brought this back after our health council meeting last time, but I wanted to bring some dental resources, and I actually printed some additional resources for you just because I think about your service area. But we hosted Dr. Mary Watts and Dr. Dinah Kitchens. So Dr. Mary Watts is in the Robertson office, the Robertson Dental Clinic, which is associated with Robertson County Health Department. And then Dr. Dinah Kitchens is the Mid-Cumberland Regional Dental Director. Sorry, that was a mouthful. I couldn't get out. So both of them were sharing about the dental resources. And I bring this up because I get a whole lot of phone calls about where can I take someone who's uninsured? What resources out there? I've got a client who's never been to the dentist, and they're experiencing a recovery situation. So our friends in recovery, a dental concern, an impacted tooth or something that's an issue can cause them to go back to their old ways. And so We want to make sure that we are taking care of our friends who may be underinsured or uninsured. And so part of what I wanted to make sure to bring to you guys is that the dental clinic that's associated with the Robertson County Health Department is available to individuals 20 and under. However, there are some emergency services that are available. Of course, if you're going to be contacting them, you obviously need to schedule an appointment. They're still under COVID precautions and things like that. But the phone number to the health department is 615-384-4504. You'll have to go through that. There's like an answering service, but I think it's option number 2 to get to the dental office. But there are, again, some resources that are available for some emergency services through there. I just encourage you, if you have someone who needs something and they're older than 20, to give them a call. Again, this is for uninsured individuals or underinsured, and they can, it's a sliding scale for fee base depending on your income. So that's your, depending on how much money you're bringing in, the income cap there is determined by them. But I also did want to say that there are those resources. So there's a 3-page document and a 6-page document. So that's the Middle Tennessee resources for dental clinics, and then there's the statewide resources for dental clinics. You'll see there's some emergency services that are listed there. That is one of the things that we talked about is impacted teeth, and that is, you have to go to a specialized clinic for that. Unfortunately, our dental clinic here can't necessarily take care of it, but definitely do encourage you to still call, because they can connect you with the resource that best fits your need. And again, they know the dental resources better than we will ever know them, so we're happy to connect you as well, but just wanted to make sure that I brought that to you guys. That's a service I think that is underutilized, and just want to make sure you guys know it's available.
And so needed. As you said, people who are going through addiction and just too, once they get on the other side of it, they want to do something about the teeth issues that that very often go along with addiction. Yes. And so it just gives them a chance at putting on a new face, and I love that we, take care of our kiddos here in Robertson County, because if you get them started right, it can save a whole lot of pain in the long run.
That's the truth. So. And actually the dental clinic, the hygienist that is employed by the dental clinic here is the one who goes into the schools and does the fluoride.
Good.
And so they're connected with the children here, but again, know that resource is available to you. Again, through the Robertson County Health Department, their dental clinic, the dental services there. That phone number is 615-384-4504. Make sure you press number 1 for English or number 2 for Spanish, and then number 2 to get to the dental office to schedule the appointment and talk to their office there. And they're very friendly and very kind, and are looking to connect you. So don't be afraid, and encourage your friends.
Don't be afraid of the dentist.
Yeah, don't be afraid of the dentist, man. Don't do that. So, and I did want to highlight, highlight 2 of the dental resources. Interfaith Dental. They're actually one of our funded partners for United Way of Greater Nashville. Provide incredible services, and they're actually the agency that manage the Smile on 60 program. So that is a program for our friends who are 60 and older.
Oh, wow.
I encourage you to Google that. That's another great resource.
I'm not 60 yet.
No,
so
I
thought you were
the people. I do encourage you to look at that. It's a great resource for, you need your teeth to be able to continue proper nutrition.
Yeah.
So ensuring that your teeth are taken care of on into your golden years, if you will. I look forward to my golden years, to be quite honest. But
think you're going to rest? No, you won't.
No, I know.
Yeah.
I hope to have lots of grandchildren by then. So. And then Matthew Walker Comprehensive Care Clinic, of course, that's another dental resource that's listed on there. And I'll make sure that I share that on the page, just because I think it's interesting information.
It really is. I'm just sitting there looking at it. I'm going, I didn't know they had that.
And it details what they offer, too, because a lot of times what we find in sharing resources is that you'll call and you're asking the same questions that, so if you know ahead of time what they do, how they serve, it definitely is very helpful. And that can go for anybody in our community. We'd like to be the resource for help for our friends in need, but know that, people are comfortable with who they're comfortable with. So if we can help spread the word and share the resources, then you too are outfitted to assist our friends who may be in need. So,
well, it's here, the Mobile Medical Dental Unit, Brentwood Baptist Church. And it makes me think about the things that we do down in Baja, in Mexico. We go and take these clinics out, and they're needed here in America in so many communities, because there's something. Dental's one of those things that's just not very well covered insurance wise for any of us. I mean, we all run into that, and it's so needed. needed. And so people just don't have the options for dental. Just pulling a tooth, about to kill them from infection.
With my daughter, she chipped a tooth, and we had to go back because she bit into a sucker because I bought her one because I'm an idiot, and fix it again. And so shout out to Dr. Pennington in Springfield. First of all, he did a great job. But I was thinking, I was like, what if we didn't have insurance?
Yeah.
And like how expensive that would have been, and if things are, and like she's walking around with her chipped front tooth, and that's, kids are self-conscious. So that's an amazing service. Yeah.
You bet.
Yep.
Awesome.
And I just have to say that Kathy Williams says that you guys are the heroes.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah.
Thank you,
and
Kathy.
I agree.
No,
and so you can't nominate yourselves, so they're going to bring it. But anyway.
Well, that was the whole purpose. Was the first one. We were like,
right.
Us.
You know what we do.
Us. Everybody just loves y'all. Y'all are just such a blessing to this community. And I don't want to, because we got to cover things. We got more.
Go.
We are doing this. So we are so excited. I'm putting on my Kiwanis Club hat.
There you go.
I have to, because I can't tell you how excited I am.
We didn't get to do this last year.
We didn't get to do it last year, thanks to our my favorite word, but actually brought this for you.
Yay.
You're welcome for that. Now, I will bring you some tickets as well.
Okay.
I want to make sure you guys are able to be there, but we are excited. Our annual Pancake Day. It is a Robertson County tradition.
Yes.
For years, we have done it inside at the Cheatham Park Elementary, and this year, with our, concerns, COVID has pushed us to do things, and sometimes it's for the best. So, actually, the Kiwanis Club Pancake Day was originally on the square, and so we are bringing it back to the square. We'll be actually on the patio at the 638 building, right there close to where Hay Bale and Remax is. We'll have the cooking services set up there. We're going to do it drive-through style, so you'll pull in and get your, you can hand over your tickets. You can buy tickets day of, and then you can either dine in. We'll have a dine-in option. Thanks. I'll give a shout out to the Presbyterian Church. They're going to allow us to use our parking lot. We can set up tables and tents there so that we've got a safe space that's outdoors that you can enjoy your pancakes. But I forgot to mention the date. That is on Saturday, May the 1st. So you've got a couple weeks there to get prepared. But we'll have our first plates going out at 6:30 a.m. and our last plates going out around 11. Of course, we won't turn you away. It is a fundraiser for our Kiwanis Club. We are a nonprofit organization serving. Our mission is to serve the children of the world. Of course, I say our world is right here in Springfield and in Robertson County, and we're doing what we can to support the children. Of course, we got a couple of great projects that are on the horizon. One of those being the skate park. We've talked a lot about that.
Oh, yeah.
I am so incredibly excited. We've been building on that for years, but this is obviously one of the ways that we fundraise to support our mission here in Robertson County. And again, it's to ensure that children have a safe space to play and to learn and to grow. So.
Yeah, and I love that you got it. It's drive-through and all you can eat.
All you can eat.
I can just
That's
see people
right.
just getting back in line, getting my plate,
Getting
back in line.
We won't turn you away.
Get back in line. That's just so funny.
Away.
But I've got, since you were talking about that, I also got a note from Jeff Smith about the UT Extension office. They've got their chili supper drive-through pickup that's happening Friday. So this is this week. So that's why I'm glad you mentioned that, because I didn't forget about it. But it's 4:30 p.m. to 7 p.m. at the Farm Bureau office, 401 Central Avenue. Chili hot dogs, all the fixings, $15 cost. Going to get cookies. Proceeds go to the Jason Bracey Scholarship Fund for the Robertson County High School students. So definitely check in with that at the UT Extension office, because that is this Friday, and I'll speak more to that on tomorrow and remind everybody. But you also have a Habitat for Humanity build.
Oh, we do.
Can you mention that on Sunday?
Yeah. So on Sunday, we still need 2 volunteers. I have some that are maybe going to come through for me, but we are doing a Habitat for Humanity build in Cheatham County, and I did send you the information.
We talked about it yesterday.
Yeah, and so it's an opportunity for us to kind of expand our horizon there. We're excited to be a sponsor of Habitat for Humanity. They're one of our longtime partners, and if you don't know the name Habitat for Humanity, I think you must be living under a rock. But they do some incredible work. It's not as if they're building a house and giving a house to someone. There is so much that goes into working with a family.
Yeah.
It can reduce housing costs 40%. So that's actually the client that we're working with for the Cheatham County build. Her housing costs will be reduced by 40% because she's able to work through some financial classes. She's got a mortgage that's affordable for her. It's taking individuals, and it's like the skin in the game, right?
You bet.
You're not going to get your house for free, but you will get your house at a reduced rate. And the homeowners actually participate in the build as well. And so it gives us the opportunity to really really get to know them. And it's just, I don't know. We did another one in Davidson County. I wasn't able to be a part of it, and I don't remember.
My little girl had a game that day. No, I couldn't go either.
But it's, they did the ribbon cutting for the house, I think, 2 weeks ago. And just the feeling of absolute relief that I've got a home that is mine, and the individuals are prepared and to pay for the home. They know they've worked on a budget. They have the support from the Habitat for Humanity individuals who are working with them. So I mean, there's a lot of resources that are available out there, and I think that if we kind of get a perception on what the resources are, I encourage you to learn just a little bit more about it, because I even had a misconception on Habitat for Humanity. I'll be honest, before learning a little bit more about them. So but we're excited about that. It's on Sunday. We're doing the build. If you're interested in volunteering, there is a waiver that you have to sign up through a portal. There's a waiver you would have to fill out. We can't have any volunteers under the age of 16, and if they're 16 years old, you have to come with your parent or guardian, and that's for safety reasons. So we'd love to have you out there. Give us a call, shoot us a message on Facebook, whatever. Again, that's in Cheatham County. It's off of Forest Street, but it's kind of almost like right downtown, Ashland City.
Yeah. So. And I was reading about the woman that they're doing the build for, and just sounds like such a sweetheart. And if you've never been involved with Habitat for Humanity, and I've never got to actually do a build, and I can't do this one, I would love to, and let me know about the next one, because maybe I can be there. Yeah. But I know families personally that have moved into these Habitat homes, and it's just incredible, the program. Talk about trying to deal with the cost of housing right now. This is one thing that fixes it for families, and they do it. I don't know how many they do a year. I need to get them in and find out, because they do a bunch. And
Jeff Bennett is the guy. He's awesome. Yeah. I will connect the two of you.
Yeah, because I would love to have them on, because we need them. Oh,
he covers Cheatham, Robertson, Dixon, and Murray.
Okay.
I can't remember for sure what he's got 4 counties, but Cheatham and Robertson. So he's our guy here. I told him, we've talked a lot about the next opportunity here, hopefully here in Robertson County, and look forward to when we're able to do a build here. So.
Absolutely. And I'll send me his number and I'll get back. And I just didn't want to close the show without mentioning that, because if you're thinking about, if this is going to be a beautiful day Sunday, and you really want to, if you've got a 16-year-old or older and you want to take your kid and teach them about service, go do. I mean, you will just be changed forever.
And we'll feed you.
There you go. You go feed them.
And you don't have to be, because I know people are thinking, I'm not handy.
No, you don't have to be.
I'm not handy at all. No. I've done them before. They'll show you what to do. It's going to be. They're not going to let you chop your hand off or anything like that. Like they're going to walk you through it. They've got people that are very. They know what they've got
doing. They've got the specialists there to guide you. You can do this. Get involved in that. Give Ace and Brian a call today and see about being a part of that next Habitat home going up in Cheatham County. We love you guys. Thank you for being a part of One Street Over. We're a little over time, so we're going to wrap it up and tell you to join us tomorrow for Faith Friday. Matt Driscoll's in. So Faith Friday will be on tomorrow, and we just want to thank you again for being a part of One Street Over. This is 1100 WSGI.